Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you that got a little interrupted by internet. Sorry about that, guys. But we only got 6 cards in. We've got somebody who is the Seven of Cups. They're trying to figure out what's actually going on in terms of the connection with you. There is a decision they have to make as to whether or not they want to put in 100% of their effort, fix what needs to be fixed, and level up, or if they think it's time to go your separate ways. Some people may struggle with, if I take all of these risks, if I do all of this work and then I still don't get to be with this person, I'll feel like I lost. You didn't, because you still worked on the things you needed to. But that's how this person's thinking. So we have somebody that is torn between being a King of Wands, somebody that goes after what they want, somebody who is passionate and follows their heart, versus the other side of them is the King of Swords, a very logical, practical, well, I don't see how this could work. If I run the numbers, most people get divorced. There's this negative side of them that they're having to address because it's threatening the King of Wands part of them that wants to take action. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchester. Thank you all who came back for the part 2. Sorry for the 3-minute first part. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, April. Hello, Mark. Hello again, White Rabbit. Funny seeing you here. Hello, Upper Echelon. Hello, Aqua Beauty. Hello, Co-Create. How we doing? Yeah, right? It could be either or both. I'm also checking on other factors because I thought moving would make it a little bit better, but we'll figure it out, you guys. Appreciate your patience. All right, so we've got 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, 10 of Wands in the reverse. So part of the hesitation is this King of Wands feels like if they come back around, they don't know if it's like their last chance. They don't know if this is when they have to make their best and final, right? If I speak to you or if I can't resist sending you some meme or something and things go sideways, is that completely it? Or have you already decided things are done? They're trying to get a pulse on a connection, but they feel like they don't have the information needed, right? So we have the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. So they're to themselves. They're not really talking to a lot of people. They don't necessarily feel like advice is going to help, which kind of maybe makes this seem like it's a little bit more of a mature connection versus some new connection that hit a speed bump. This is something that seems to be I've learned over time that when I ask for people's advice, it doesn't necessarily go well for me. They are more confident in listening to their intuition, but it's a battle against the King of Swords energy within themselves. Hello, Deborah. How are you doing? Thank you, April. Yes, that's true. That's true. So we've got the High Priestess in the reverse and the Ace of Wands. There is something about, sorry, I'm trying to get this. Why are you going back in the thingy? Oh, that's why. Okay. There's something about this connection that makes them feel like they're never prepared for it. They're never ready for it. I'm trying to think of a good analogy. If you take pizza fresh out of the oven and you don't let it cool for a little bit, that's going to burn your tongue. They are worried if they rush in, it's going to burn them. They're worried that they have to pick the right time because if they don't, it's completely done if it isn't already. There's it's like there's this other side of them. Well, I guess it's kind of the King of Wands side. They're struggling to be patient, even though they feel like they do have to have a good plan. They feel like they do have to come correct. They're struggling because there's also a level of like thirsty energy here or really missing you. So they don't necessarily feel like one person right now. It's all discombobulated. Like, I want to do this, but I can't do that because of this. I feel that, but I shouldn't feel that. So I should focus on this. That's why we had the Seven of Cups at the beginning, right? I can't figure out the right path forward because there's so much going on in my mind. Kind of sounds like this person needs to take a minute and like meditate or just like listen to some music, go hang out in nature. Hello, Miss G. How are you doing? Hello, Patrick. How are the aliens? Yeah, I suppose that's a occupational hazard. So we've got, okay. We've got somebody who cannot decide if they want to be in a committed relationship. They have things that they want that apply to each, right? I want to be able to have my independence. I want to be able to make my own choices, my own schedule. I don't want to answer to anybody. But at the same time, I really want this companionship. I want somebody to ask me how my day was. I want somebody to eat food with, not wear clothes with. They want things, but they don't want to have to like sacrifice what it would call for if they were in a committed relationship. And guess what? That's like why it's called a choice, okay? It's not like, hey, how can I get everything that I want and none of the stuff that I don't want? No, honey, it's like, this is life. They're struggling because they want to like cherry pick, right? I want the good stuff, but I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to have like the rules. Well, then it sounds like you're not ready. Okay. This reading's already wild, you guys. Yup. It's always food, isn't it? Upper echelon. Okay, so we have the twin flame card. You are involved in a twin flame union. And then we've got the loyalty card. Your partner only has eyes for you. Now, if you recall the things that I just talked about in terms of the both ways, the partner wants to be in a relationship, but also be single. I don't think I said anything about seeing other people, which is kind of interesting because most people who don't want to be in a relationship, it's like, well, but I have all these people that are hitting on me all the time, and I'd really like to see all of them without their clothes on. Did I offend anyone with that? I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying? Like most of the time but like I'm not done being a garden tool. So relationships? No, this is somebody who has the independence element of being single top of mind. They only have eyes for you. They don't want anybody else, but you can't tell me what to do. Right? If you've had negative experiences, like exclusively in relationships, it can seem like you're just signing up to have like another mom who can like ground you and stuff. Okay, I get it. But also, there are people out there that don't want to have access to your cell phone or don't like impose a curfew. So this is somebody who's trying to figure out like what is the actual situation if I went and did all the things that I need to in order to be in a relationship with this person, like what would I actually be sacrificing? That sounds like maybe there's a a conversation that needs to happen. Hello, Crystal. How are you doing? Thank you, sweetie. Hello, Laura. How's your weekend? This is the Voyage of the Soul. So we have ancestors, foundation, roots, family, lineage, and security. Yin, affection, caring, soft, heart, and feminine. And unknown, unfamiliar territory, void, obscure, weight, risk, and trial. That's so funny. Okay. It's like, here's a free software trial, or here's like a trial of a magazine where we're still going to charge you money and you hate us. No, this is like somebody who's like, okay, can I just get can I try it out for like 7 days? Can I see what it's like? I don't really know what you want in a relationship. So like, what about like a lemon law? Is that a thing? It's like, how can I figure out what you actually expect of me before I agree to it? Because they're real nervous, right? Just like a toe dipped in the pool because it's cold. But they can't deny that they're feeling really pulled towards this love interest because of the loving energy that they feel from them. So basically, you're this person's like wool blanket, okay? Wool is going to keep you warmer than probably anything else out there, right? But it's scratchy. Like, oh, I can cozy up to you. You'll keep me safe and warm. They feel like you're going to make them itchy. Like, okay, so can I still live my life? Can I still be me? What would it be like, you know? So we have ascension, intimacy, and lessons. Yeah. So we did have the Four of Wands, which can talk about ascension, leveling up. You got through the checkpoint, right? Upgrade, activation, progress, timelines, and shifting. This could be why the King of Wands feels like they have to make this choice now. They may feel that the timeline is shifting. They may feel like you are moving on, talking to other people, or losing interest. And if they don't address these things, that maybe there won't be an option anymore. I swear I saw Matt somewhere in there. Hello, Matt. Hello, Voyager. How are we doing? Oh, absolutely agree. So with the intimacy and lessons card, this is what we're really focused on, right? I am working on myself. I want to be a better version of myself. I want to mature. I want to understand emotional intimacy more. But this person has gone through a dark night of the soul. I love these two cards together, primarily because I'm an artist and orange and blue, chef's kiss. And there's obviously so much in common in terms of what the depiction actually is. So it feels to me like this is that King of Wands fiery energy, right? Intimacy, passion. And then the lessons, dark night of the soul, loss and experience. This is the King of Swords side, right? So I've learned a lot. I've been through so many difficult things. I've had people that betrayed me or stole from me or lied to me. And it's made me fearful where it concerns letting people in, right? But I want to let you in. I want to know you. I want to, feel comfortable around you. So that's what their current conundrum is. Let's get some more tarot. This is the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Beam me up, Scotty. Which apparently was never said, right? I should know this. I'm a bad Trekkie. What else? Six of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. There's a concern here that if I follow my heart, if I pursue a connection with this person, then I'll have to stop hanging out with my friends. I'll have to stop flirting with that barista at the coffee spot. I'll have to like watch all of these things and make sure that I'm not avoiding or not make sure I'm not like offending someone. It's like, I don't want to live with all those rules, right? So they're just kind of like, I don't want to be like feeling stuck in a connection anymore. So this Three of Pentacles is, I think, a genuine desire to understand what would it be like if we were in a committed relationship. Would you be like those other people? I think they know you wouldn't be, but that's what they're afraid of, right? So we have the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Hello, Anne France. How are you doing? That's why I'm saying this person feels like they only have one chance with you. So you're the Queen of Wands to their King of Wands, right? Divine counterparts. You do not have to be female. They do not have to be male, but this is the energy. They're having to decide whether or not to approach you. You are the Queen of Wands. You draw people in, right? Moth to a flame. And look at that badass sunflower you've got. Can you see there's like a little skull on it? Yeah. You're most of the way fed up with this situation with the Nine of Wands. Some of you may already be like, there's nothing you can say. But I do feel like for the majority of you, there is a small chance this person can recover. But it's like, okay, so what I'm seeing in my mind, there have been a number of times where I drop something and then somehow, like miraculously, like I catch it before it gets to the ground. Sometimes literally like I don't know, can't explain how I caught something, but like reflexes like a cat. Okay, this is somebody who's like, I know that I dropped something, but I caught it. They're like, it's not quite dead yet. It's not quite done yet. I feel like I can do something about this. So they're trying to address those shortcomings or those issues that made it difficult for them to be able to trust you or, admit that they want you to trust them. There is loyalty here, though. I don't think they're interested in other people. I think this is about independence. They like making their own choices. I didn't really say much about the twin flame card. We'll see if more comes out about that, but this could be one of those connections where it's been punctuated by, periods of separation and then fireworks, right?